Hello and welcome to Green-HillGaming, where I share my relax, stay safe, but more importantly, enjoy the live stream. So I'm going to be doing a bit of battle and boss rush. So I'll be focusing on those two modes in this live stream. Speaking of which, I have my live stream up on my phone, ready to rock and roll, ready to interact with my lovely viewers. Alright, so I'll kick things off with some battle. Select arena. By the way, I have the soundtrack playing in the background, and I also have a retro video filter as well that you'll see in just a moment. It's designed to make it look like what Sega Mega Drive would look like. So I'll start things off with the street. Create an online game. Can't have online without online. So there's actually quite a few online modes in Streets of Rage 4. You can actually play through the entire game with online co-op, if that's your thing. You can either like host a game or join the game with that as well. I'll kick things off with some retro Axel Stone from Streets of Rage 1 while I wait for the player to join. There's all sorts of online modes. Pretty sure every mode in the game is online actually. Yeah. You can play arcade with online, boss rush, what I'm doing right now, battle. So yeah, there's a lot of online modes. And hello to my viewer, and my phone is telling me that I have a viewer anyway at least. Hello to you. You're very welcome to Green-HillGaming today in this live stream, playing a bit of Streets of Rage 4 online. I'm kicking things off with battle. Just waiting for a player to join there now. So it's great to have in the live stream. If the sound a bit down, it's probably because I am. But it's all G, is this? And hopefully sometime this century I'll be able to find a player online. Or at least the music is good anyway, at least. Oh wait, oh Jesus, I think I'm after doing... Hold on a second now. I think I'm after thingamajig. Although I might have accidentally searched for a private game. Wait, no, a second. Public. Classic Axel Stone from Streets of Rage 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 characters that I've unlocked so far, so it's actually a lot more than that actually. I have all the characters unlocked on the Switch version, but I didn't get around to unlocking them all yet on the PS4 version. So like your base characters are the ones in the middle. Finally. Mush again. Oh god, to you too, bye. Mush. Mushy peas. So there's a classic filter in the back. Crazy, I haven't played this game in a while, Jesus Christ. Headbutt back, headbutt. And hello to my second viewer. You're very welcome to Green-HillGaming. In today's live stream I'm playing a bit of Street of Rage 4 online. So it's great to have you both in the live stream. Hope that you're keeping well. Classic retro Street of Rage 1 power up there. Perfect time there for that music in the background. Right, Chinatown. This time I'll go as Skate from Street of Rage 2. The hell did he say? Ah, here. Okay.
I got bombs in these arms.
Okay, I think he's after winning enough. I think I should give somebody else the opportunity to beat me. Actually no, I'll do a boss rush this time. So every mode is basically online. You can play through the entire story with online co-op. You can, if you've completed a stage in the main story, you can go to stage select and you can pick any of those stages and create an online session. You can play the arcade mode online, boss rush and battle, or else you can join an online game as well. Technically the only mode that you can't play online is a fighting tips extra an option, if you want to be technical about it. So I'll do some boss rush.
Cherry Hunter.
Oh, right now. Forgot to search for the online game. You can actually turn on or off friendly hits as well for that's why retro feature. Personally, I turn it off, like this can get quite annoying. I think it's great going into the next generation of gaming with the return of these classic franchises at their they're back, but like they're back in their prime, if that makes sense. Like they're not just back like Pac-Man collection or Castlevania collection or a collection of some old game that was great back then, but this is Streets of Rage 4. So that with Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. I'm only calling out games that I like I like to play. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of other classic games that have returned as well. But for me, and to see Capcom remaking classic Resident Evil games as well, kind of bringing them into the modern day, and the Final Fantasy VII remake project as well. It's really, really great going into the next generation. It's nice to know, because I'm not a huge fan of Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed. I'm not a huge fan of those games. I've played them, I'll have fun with them, but I'm not a huge fan of them. So it's nice to know that that's not going to be the only kind of games that I'm going to be, playing next gen. So I'm kind of looking forward to playing Streets of Rage 5 on PS5. It's great to go all the way from Sega Mega Drive to PS5. Because I can't choose. Oh yeah, Cherry Hunter. Alright, let's go. Wonder whether I just leave him do all the work. I'll just hang around in the back. What the hell? Oh, okay. Right, we can get the first hit going, yeah. Go on. Oh, shit.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Who is in the live stream? Who's that? Good afternoon, Dad. How are things? Welcome to Green-HillGaming. Welcome to my Streets of Rage 4 live stream. Just playing a bit of online there now. How are things? Good afternoon. It's going to be a short enough live stream, so yeah.
All good, thanks.
Glad to hear it. Ah, the brakes is paused. Okay, wait. Okay. There. Alright, he quit. I think it's probably better just to stick to battle for now. It's more of a streamlined experience. White Tower. We'll go to White Tower because why not? The head of the character art, the background, does not match the artwork of the actual character's head in game. It's like looking at Bruce Lee behind Brock Lesnar. It's yeah, it's strange. Terrible waiting times for the online and the game, that's the only thing. But yeah, I'm actually I'm actually very excited for the kind of games that I'm going to be able to play on PS5. I think I'm more excited about the kind of games I'm going to play on PS5 compared to any PlayStation after the PS2. Because I think after the PS2, I
Good
just think
vibes.
that the kind of games that I started to play, the kind of games I used to play like from PS2 just kind of like went away for a long while. But it's what do we have? Good vibes. Good vibes emoji from my dad. That. So yeah, I've actually haven't been this excited now for like, I haven't been this excited for a PlayStation, I'd probably say, since the PS2. And same when it comes to the kind of games that I'm going to be able to play. Like when I watched the PlayStation 5 event back in June, it was Resident Evil 7 that took it away from me. Like, and anyone who knows me knows I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. And for me, like, Resident Evil goes back to PlayStation 1. So and apart from Resident Evil, like, it's nice to know that, you know, Streets of Rage is back, Spyro is back, Crash Bandicoot is back. You know, we're getting like classic remakes of PlayStation games like Final Fantasy and Resident Evil. So it's really exciting times. Like, and the DualSense controller of the PS5 is going to bring those games truly to the next generation. Not just in terms of, you know, polygons and teraflops and ray tracing and all of those things that I don't even know
Emoji smirk.
about, to be quite honest with you. They're all great things, yeah, but I think more exciting than all of that is the haptic feedback of the DualSense controller, and the type of next level rumble you're going to get that's going to like replicate the surface of each texture. It's going to have motion controls. It's going to have a microphone, microphone built in as well that you can actually blow into. So it's very like Nintendo-esque in terms of its innovation.
Mario is the best.
Axel Stone.
Okay, if you say so. If you say so, bye. I won't argue. I won't argue with that. And obviously the fact that these games are going to have no loading times as well is going to be great. Like, I was just going to... Oh, he quit again. It's the same guy that I remember that name. I remember, oh no, Client. I don't know why Streets of Rage 4 calls the players clients, but that's weird. Yeah, very. It doesn't sound in my voice, but I'm very hyped up. Just yeah. But I am very hyped up now for what's to come with PS5. So I'm just thinking of a game like even Final Fantasy, like classic Final Fantasy, where you're like traveling through like a world map, just to be able to have a game with no loading times. It's great. But yeah, just the kind of games that I'm going to be able to play on the PS5. I think I'm more excited about than ever before. Like, I mean, because I eventually got a PS3, but like I didn't buy a PS3 until the end of its life cycle. I only bought a PS3 so I can get GTA 5. That doesn't show how old of a game GTA 5 is. I don't know what does. You know, it's funny when you have some of the younger, and I can't emphasize the word some any stronger, but you have some of the younger generation of gamers that will like kind of like mock, you know, someone like me for like playing a game like Mario and say like, oh, it's so old, it's so retro. It's almost at a stage now where I can turn around to those motherfuckers and say, yeah, and your GTA 5 is just as fucking retro at this fucking stage. No, but yeah, so I only bought a PS3 so I could get GTA 5. PS4, it was funny, I got the trailer to PT, which became the playable teaser of Silent Hills. And I just remember looking at just how amazing, this is ironic now for me, like, some would even go as far as to say hypocritical of me, but I just looked at how amazing the game looked, and I just said to myself, fuck, like, I said, I don't know, I don't know why, but just, and obviously because of the fact that I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill as well, obviously played a huge part in my decision to go out and get a PS4. But at the same time, like, there were so many games that I just like shrugged my shoulders at, like, you know, like the Call of Duties and some of the Assassin's Creeds and just some of these like first-person shooting games, and you know, some of the kind of games that kind of like took off around the PS3 generation. I just didn't really care for, you know. But towards the end of the PS4's life cycle, you know, I was lucky enough to get like, it was great to be able to get like the next Metal Gear Solid, to get the next Resident Evil, to get the next Final Fantasy as well. But even better to get like remakes and returns of classic PlayStation games. So that seems to be like, that momentum seems to be going forward now with PS5, now that, you know, Final Fantasy VII remake project, like, you know, part 2 is on the way, and, you know, Capcom are remaking more classic Resident Evil games, and, you know, Crash Bandicoot is back, and this game right here, Streets of Rage 4. So, you know, I'm really looking forward to playing those kind of games on PS5. I'm also looking forward to playing other types of games as well. It's just that, like, I'm not really kind of, thankfully, like, the spotlight isn't only...
Wash hands, sanitizer, stay home, emoji old man with light skin tone.
Jesus, at least somebody's having fun in the live chat anyway, fucking hell. But yeah, it's just that those kind of, thankfully the spotlight isn't only on games like, you know, the usual like first-person shooting type games, thankfully. And it's great to see Doom back as well, because Doom returned there in 2016, kind of like just like 2 years into the PS4's life cycle. Doom came along and just said, "Hey fuckers, we're back," you know. Hey Battlefield, hey Call of Duty, Doom's back, and it obviously fucking, you know, went down like a fucking demon on fire, like. Let's just actually pick a stage here. So it's just, yeah, it's great. I'm very hyped, happy and optimistic, you know, for the kind of games that are going to be on PS5. I think there's going to be games for everyone on PS5. I'd like to look at, this is how I like to look at it, you know. I like to look at the PS5 as a hybrid of like the best of Nintendo's innovation and Sony's specs. It's kind of how I like to look at the PS5, and even their approach to games. You know, if you look at their reveal there back in June, the kind of games that are going to be on offer, like, they're going to please everyone. Like. So yeah, very hyped up now for that. So where did this conversation come from? Oh yeah, yeah. No, just it's great to be able to be playing Streets of Rage 4, knowing that the franchise is as strong as it is now than it was when it, you know, debuted on Sega Mega Drive all those years ago. You know, speaking of Resident Evil, actually, even though that was like about 10 minutes ago.
Long time ago.
Not in a galaxy far away. What are you doing? The intro to Star Wars? Jesus Christ. It'll be a long time before somebody joins this online session, that's for sure. Oh yeah. So Resident Evil. There was more leaks. There was more Resident Evil Village leaks, and you know, so far, I'd say 99.9% of those leaks actually ended up becoming accurate, and they're real leaks because they're actually people. They're actually people like me. My name is Agal. Okay. The leaks are coming from people like me and you. There were members of the Capcom Ambassadors program. They were invited over to try out Resident Evil Village, and they're also game testers, like people who are hired by Capcom to test their games. They obviously don't take NDAs very seriously, non-disclosure agreements. But who would blame them? I would. You know, I would leak it too, like, you know. And looking back and knowing that I'm the person that leaked all this, I would, you know. But that's where it's coming from. So it's not coming from somebody who's claiming to have an uncle who works for Capcom but can't say his name. You know, these are coming from people who actually like played the game. But anyway, one of the leaks, interesting leaks. Some of the leaks are saying that the enemies are going to be a lot more human-like than you think. You know, we heard all this about werewolves. They're not actually going to be werewolves. It's not going to be a case of. It's not going to be a case of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where like there's a time system, like, and if
Who
the
owns
moon.
Capcom?
Who owns Capcom? I'm going to go out on a limb now, and I'm going to take a guess, and like it's a big guess now, but I would say Capcom owns Capcom. What would you think? What would you think about that? Just guessing now, like. But put me off now. Yeah, their enemies are a lot more human-like. They're pale skin. They're supposed to have like tattoos on their bodies and everything. And some of them will have armor and they can hold weapons. So it's very like, a lot of people have been comparing Resident Evil Village to Resident Evil 4, and this is more of it. I have no problem with that, to be honest with you. Look, I'm not as wet around the ear of a Resident Evil fan, right? To just think that, oh, Resident Evil has to be about zombies. No, it doesn't. I know that lore so fucking deep, right? Trust me.
No, Mario owns it.
Okay, if you say so. Resident Evil is not just about zombies. So the enemies don't have to be zombies for me to be happy with a Resident Evil game. So I like that. But I'm happy to know that they're not actually werewolves. As I was saying, it's not going to be a case of a time system like Majora's Mask, and if it's nighttime and the moon comes out, like actual werewolves are gonna, you know, come out and attack you. Like, that's not going to be the case, thankfully. They spoke as well about the actual area of the castle that is supposed to be like very expansive, a bit like the Raccoon City Police Department, which is obvious really if you saw the trailer. Like, you know, it's not going to be a case if you go into the castle for like 2 seconds and go away again. Like, it's. But one thing I took away from those leaks was the who do we have? Hello, Otku. Otku, welcome today. What time is it now? Welcome to welcome to the last 15 minutes of the live stream. Welcome to Green-HillGaming, man. How are you keeping, Otku? How are things? I'm just waiting for a player there online in Street of Rage 4, so it's great to have you in the live stream, as always. Good to have you all in the live stream, by the way. You're all very welcome, all of you. So I was just saying there that the one thing I took away from the leaks was the fact that I got one prediction right so far.
Who was the first person to come up with the concept? Not bad, man. How are you?
Glad to hear that, Otku. Not too bad, but not too good. You know, that kind of way. I'm somewhere in the middle right now. Like, you know, I'm in purgatory. I can see good and I can see bad, and I'm just like, fuck, I'll just stay in the middle. Who made the first console? I don't know, to be honest. Like, but I'd say it's not who we think it is. Like, it's not going to be. It's obviously not Nintendo. You know, a lot of people think Nintendo are the first people to make consoles. It's not Nintendo. Atari were around before Nintendo, and there was even companies before Nintendo that made consoles. I think it was somebody in somebody to do with the military. Something to do with like some sort of a radar computer or something, and they just kind of replicated some type of a game. I think technically that was the first video game console. It goes back a lot longer than you think. There's a documentary. There's a documentary that I watched there a couple of years back, and I can barely recall it. But there's some type of a device anyway that they created, and yeah, that's technically the original console. But my prediction, one of my Resident Evil Village predictions was correct. The old lady you see in the Village trailer, some people call it the witch. She's actually a merchant. I knew that she'd be a merchant. All the people were saying that the man with the hat was the merchant, but I just had a feeling. I had a feeling that woman was the merchant, because she just appears in the open, and she's. It's not like, what's an old lady going to do? Hit you with a fucking handbag? seriously, like.
Interesting.
Very interesting. So she's the merchant. But seriously, like, what's an old lady going to do? Like, I know she had a big scary face and all that, like, but what do people think that she? What the fucking player left? What do people think she was going to do? Like, honestly. So that's one prediction I was right. So it's going well so far. But the only thing though is oh no, what am I saying? I was going to shoot down one of my predictions, but it doesn't make any sense. So I've never, like, I've heard people online saying that the 4 or 3, 1, 2, I think it's 4. The 4 ladies you see there in the village trailer at the castle part. People are saying that it's Alex Wesker. Now I do think that Alex Wesker would be in the game, but I just don't think that's her that they'll show. But people were saying that it's Claire Redfield and it's Maura Burton and all this. But apparently one of her names is, or one of their names is Olga. So it's interesting. But my prediction, if you actually go back to my first, not really prediction, it's more of a discussion, like. But what I was saying was that Spencer's family could play a part in it, like. So what to say that it isn't Olga Spencer, or that it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it? And again, fucking no word fucking rolls off my fucking tongue because I get the fucking stutters happening. But anyway, Olga Spencer. It doesn't sound good, like, but you never know, like. She could have gotten married. I'd say this is going to be a discussion video for the next 10 minutes because there's nobody seems to be joining the game. So there's going to be a new trailer to Resident Evil Village in August as well, and it's interesting because I think there's just, I don't know if it's confirmed. It's not confirmed. I think it's heavily rumoured that there'll be another PlayStation event in August. But I mean, like, it would make sense because the console is coming out this winter. Like, I'm not going to say holiday, like a holiday. This Christmas, this winter. So it would make sense, like, to have some sort of an update around August. You know, that would tie in with Capcom's date for showing more news on Resident Evil Village. It's a funny kind of prediction to have correct. Like, I got the merchant right. I would have been a lot better. I would have been a lot happier if if they came out and said, like, you know, Spencer is going to play a massive role in the game, or Wesker is making a comeback. And it'd be crazy if all my crazy predictions ended up becoming true instead of just the fucking merchant. Like, Jesus Christ. I just thought it was an obvious one, really, like, when I saw her, like, you know, I didn't think for 1 second, like, that she was, like, gonna be the fucking main boss or something. Jesus Christ, like. I mean, what's her special move gonna be, like? Corner you in the dark alleyway and just go on about back in my day conversations. Back in my day conversations, when you just can't take it anymore and you fucking grab a fucking shotgun and shoot yourself. Back in my day, Sonny, we didn't even have analog sticks to turn around. Oh fuck. It's true though, I remember playing Resident Evil with no analog stick. It was hard going, like, you know. Fucking hell. Zombie, you're facing your very first zombie in a mansion and all you have is a D-pad. And there was no quick turn either. I don't think they introduced quick turn until Resident Evil 3, I think. So. No, I'm actually surprised how they don't actually have an option to listen to the music in the game. Unless I completely missed it. No. There used to be, back in the Mega Drive there was an option that you could actually listen to all the music. Because I mean, like, then again, they probably want people to go out and buy the soundtrack. Like, why not give me the option to buy it though through digital purchase or something? I wouldn't mind paying. Annoying. I never even knew there was an option for like, until probably about a couple of weeks after the game came out. I never knew there was actually an option to, you can actually change, the type of food you pick up in the game. I don't know what half of them are, to be honest with you. That's pizza anyway, I know that one. Donuts. That looks like, I don't know what that looks like. It looks like pieces of ham. That looks like a fucking wig, to be honest with you. That's an apple. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. But actually, that's something I actually want to talk about. Actually, I'm not gonna like, it's not a mess of conversation or anything. But I was actually saying this a while back when I was playing Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Do you know how the main? This is like a theory now. So listen up. Actually, this is a big conversation. Now, 3 viewers. I'm delighted. I hope that at least one person in particular enjoys this, because I don't do much like kind of like fan theory kind of like videos and kind of like, you know, stuff like that. But do you know how Dr. Neo Cortex in Crash Bandicoot, the main boss, he's Dr. Neo Cortex, yeah? And do you know how Crash Bandicoot is collecting apples the whole way through the game? Like what if that's not like some sort of a kind of like inside joke, like where the saying says an apple a day keeps the doctor away. You know, there's like the saying keep, I don't know. So that's me.
Ralph H. Baer was the first person to make a game console.
Lads, how long did it take you for that? How long did it take you to look up that? And more importantly, how long did it take you to figure out how to copy and paste? Live questions. That's definitely a ham there on here. What time is it now? 5 more minutes left. It looks like a bowl of noodle. It actually looks like something that you get sick into, to be honest with you.
LOL.
Turkey. Huh. But I bet you I was right though. It was to do with some sort of kind of radar thing or something. It looks like chips, cheese and curry. Oh, the days of that, the days of chips, cheese and curry. I want to tell you the story. Right, of chips, cheese and curry. Because chips, cheese and curry is a great story. No, when I was in secondary school, 70 years ago, at least that's how long ago I feel now, to be honest with you. I'd say I was in, it was quite late into secondary school. I'd say 5th year. And I had this friend, mental he was. He still is, to be honest with you. But next minute he comes up and he's like, "Here, did you ever eat chips, cheese and curry?" I was like, huh? Just the concept of it just sounded disgusting. Because I never had that kind of combination. I mean, I obviously had chips and curry, but I don't know why adding cheese to it sounded disgusting, but it just did. It just sounded weird. It just sounded like cheese didn't belong in that category. Like cheese didn't belong on chips and curry in my eyes. I didn't get up much, to be honest with you. That's it, like. I didn't get up much. But he was like, "Nah, bye. Go for the canteen there, bye. Get chips, cheese and curry. €1.50. I'm telling you, I'm talking now about a proper. This is a proper canteen. Like, these are proper chefs, proper potato chips, proper fucking food, like proper plates, like none of this fucking portion, fucking plastic fucking shit, like none of the crap you get now, right? This is like proper fucking food, like a full plate of chips, cheese and curry, €1.50, and for an extra 50 cents you got a bowl of ice cream. And I wonder why I'm so fat. God almighty, huh? All those plates, chips, cheese and curry by there fucking cut up with me in the end. Speaking of end, this is the end of the live stream, so I hope you enjoyed that weird, random, but quite interesting story. If only I had realised the saying, "an apple a day keeps the doctor away," I wouldn't be away with the fairies. So,
LOL.
a lot of LOLs, fucking hell. Anyway, with that in mind, I'll say goodbye to you all. Hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I'll see you next time on Green Hill Gaming, where I'll probably have more stories about weird food than I yet. So, yeah. See you next time.